WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
The ruler. This is Week Ho Wednesday, and to my right is Everybody's Women Crush Wednesday. My co-host, the one and only Toy. It goes, love this show, y'all. I'm dealing with a guy. We have been dating for 9 months. In light of everything going on in the world, he has been voicing his opinion about situations, and I don't agree with any of his views. I love everything else except his opinions.
Damn.
How do I fix this? FYI, he's white.
It's about to be a white boy summer.
So could that be the issue?
For sure. Just come out different when it's not coming from your own race. It's just never been something I'd be like, oh, I date Bill.
I'm just a Bill. Yes, I'm only a Bill.
I don't really like light-skinned guys. I don't like pink meat.
Pink, so like it's like you see it.
Pink tip, it be pink.
And then pink on the tip.
I don't like.
So sometimes a light-skinned guy have a dark tooth.
And then it look dark, so it's nasty off to me.
Okay, so
I feel like it's supposed to be pink because they light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want it to be dark because then I'm gonna say you dirt.
We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
Yo, it's the great checking in. You already know. Hood mayor. That name ring a bell. Everywhere he go. The neighborhood hero. Yeah. Falling on you niggas, man, I see y'all in the bleachers. Ain't fucking with you, shorty, need no leeches. Practice what I preach, don't need no teachers. Got my own niggas, I don't need your features. In the streets, yeah, you know my name, it ring a bell. Got this shit sold up just like Stringer Bell. For the low, you better bring a scale. Slide through the city streets, yeah, niggas know I'm well. In the streets, yeah, you know my name, it ring a bell. Got this shit sold up just like Stringer Bell. Got the pack in for the low, you better bring a scale. Slide through the city streets, yeah, niggas know I'm well. Pull up in the Phantom, in the city, yeah, nigga, this is my anthem. When I was a shorty, yeah, niggas call me Hammer. Designer to the floor, nigga looking like a scammer. Made a life shooting dice, nigga was a gambler. Me and my niggas don't play around. Got a couple of dogs that'll lay it down. Fuck wait till they don't make it now. The great machine don't make a sound. Like a rock, can nobody stop us. Like I'm Pelly Coast, yeah, niggas used to swap it. Now we pull that Aston dropper. Can't believe niggas tried to crop us out the pitch. LBJ, every night I'm going for double digits. All my bitches bad, and they gotta watch they fake. You a snake, bro, nah, we don't really fit. When the moves through, and the nigga might clear. Early bird gets the worm, yeah, niggas gotta get up. We gone. Falling on you niggas, man, I see y'all in the bleachers. Ain't fucking with you, shorty, need no leeches. Practice what I preach, don't need no teachers. Got my own niggas, I don't need your features.
You're listening to The Bigs with Eugene, McIntosh, and Terrence Tomlin.
He's bare-chested,
right here on What's in It for the Black People Meet.
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin.
Let's begin now.
They calling us the bigs, and not because our size is the bigs,
bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size.
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size.
WIIFTBPN.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size. It's the bigs. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. It's the bigs, but not because I size.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a beautiful start to this Monday of this brand new week. You know it's time to get your sports fix in with the illest independent sports media outlet around. So happy to be right back in front of family. You know what it is, man. T-Time coming to you as usual with my brother Gene. What's good, bro?
Yes, sir. What's the Benowski family?
It is all good, man. Off a beautiful weekend. Ready to have a great week. Bring everybody up to speed on the happenings between Friday and today in the sports world.
A lot of happenings.
And Gino, we got a big announcement today coming to you later on in the show that I cannot wait to share with you.
Kyle Lowry is looking for a $90 million contract over 3 years. And then this boy Teasy is saying, Bulls, pay the man.
Awkward silence.
Okay, now go ahead.
Well, Gino, I'm glad you started off with some hoop talk because I want to talk Team USA with you. I want to talk White Sox with you because, did you hear that, bro? Somebody is back from the dead today officially.
I hope they took his glove away.
I heard that he has his glove attached to his left hand, Gino. Even though the White Sox and Tony La Russa, and real quick, they've played it pretty close to the chest about where he will be possibly in the lineup today. They said that he will be available. They didn't say whether it would be in left field or DH.
So this was today.
Okay.
I saw yesterday, I saw the White Sox tweet that Eloy will be back tomorrow in the lineup as a DH, but I was expecting the rest of the sentence to say for the rest of the season.
Oh, no. You can expect Eloy to be in left field at some point. You know what I mean? Like, here's one thing I want fans to stop, G. Like, get it?
Talk to the fans.
Real talk.
Talk to the fans, bro.
Real talk. I hope he plays left field today. Just so fans can kind of back off of the edge. And although I feel like he for sure should be a DH more of the time, right now he is today he'll walk in this clubhouse as the second best left fielder on the team. But with that said, you got to tip your cap to Andrew Vaughn. The rookie who caught a lot of flack at the beginning of the year.
And I wasn't giving him flack just because I had never seen him out there.
What we normally expect a rookie not to be out there.
Exactly.
Kind of out of position. Left field isn't who, wasn't in his scouting report.
And left field, let's not get it. Baseball is a very tough sport. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying left field isn't a tough position to play. But as a professional Major League Baseball player, left field shouldn't be that tough of an adjustment to make because you've played pretty much every position in baseball from little league to the time you got to the big. So I feel like putting him in left field was probably the easiest spot for him to be able to feel himself and fit seamlessly into the lineup.
I can feel that. I feel like at the same time he had to show that he had some athleticism. He had to show that he had an arm. And honestly, G, you can't run on Andrew Vaughn. He's not the fastest dude in the world, but he showed that he's more athletic than than most expected him to be. So he's kind of short left field up. This is not a situation where Eloy is coming in and Andrew Vaughn just has to pass the sticks. That's absolutely not the case.
Right.
The best thing about him, the best thing about Eloy coming back into this team now is that this team needs versatility. You know what I mean? And as far as DH goes, you'll move whoever's right there to put that bat back in your lineup.
No doubt.
I want to touch on it a little bit more in the show, man. They're coming off a series in Milwaukee. They only got one win. They avoided the sweep on Sunday, picking up a win yesterday, Gino. But it was some weird happenings in parts of the game on Saturday that I got to ask you about.
Okay.
I was actually out with the fam, so I was kind of watching it with one eye and had the other eye on my nephew and my fam and everything like that. But man, oh man, it was some controversy on Saturday in that game. Want to ask you about it. But Gino, I got to ask you about the Cubs on the show today.
Yeah, we going to talk Cubs. It's a
day
lot to
by
talk
day,
about, man.
as the calendar passes, it's like
the countdown.
It's the day of the day.
The countdown is here, man.
Our boy Nick Friedel was on the radio right before I got out, and he was saying some interesting stuff. You know, he's an NBA reporter, but
he's the ultimate Cubs fan.
He's the ultimate Cubs fan, and was kind of alluding to the fact that he's heard Javier Baez's name a little bit more than he was comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the air is still. It's like the machine at the arcade, bro, where the claw where you picking a bear. It's like, who's it going to be? Which Cub is it going to be the claw is going to come and just take from the squad?
Man, I was talking about this on Diamond Talk Live this weekend, and I said if you wanted to hear my opinions and my thoughts and what I thought was going to happen, then you have to tune in to On the Soil, because that's a conversation for On the Soil. Diamond Talk Live is that's Cubs post game.
Yeah, it's a Cubs post game. Yeah.
But if you want to get a deep dive and you want to talk and you want to blend and you want to build on the future and because I say, hey, that's above my pay grade. Jed Hoyer and Tom Ricketts and them don't pay me for my opinions and what I think. So, but if we're gonna get into that, because I wanted to talk to you as well about what the White Sox are gonna do, and also Ozzie Guillen and his thoughts on your main Mercedes.
I got some thoughts on Ozzie Guillen. I don't know if I've shared them publicly. I may have told you, but I felt like they resurfaced after he shared his thoughts on our boy, Yermín Mercedes, who was bouncing back and forward between retirement last week. Gino, did you see any of those Instagram posts that he put up?
No.
He put up a post talking about air retiro, and
I saw him after the fact though. I did see him after the fact.
Yeah, I feel like I just butchered that word, Gino. I didn't want to just put an O at the end of retire. I completely butchered it like one of them 670 mugs,
like the grabber.
Yeah, completely.
Did you did he delete the tweets? Did he delete the grams?
He deleted the grams, and the post that replaced him was, "I'm back and I love the game." He's still on the AAA Charlotte Knights, and honestly, I've heard some rumblings that as we get closer to the playoffs and the rosters expand a little bit, that he may be one of the guys to come back up, or he may not. With that said, though, how can you discredit what he was able to do at the beginning of the season?
So is that where we starting this off? You want to just go right in with some Eloy and White Sox talk?
Definitely going with some Eloy, because I feel like it's the most important. But lead into some more Eloy talk, because it's the most important news of the day in the city. Eloy's back. Number 74 on the field, number 1 in your hearts, Mr. Hi Mom. Did you see the video that the White Sox put out, bro?
No.
They put out a tweet, and I just feel like, come on, bro, like, at some point, they got to knock on the Bigs' door. I feel like they have some decent ideas, but it always kind of comes off kind of in between. They had his jersey up with the red gloves. Like they at the beginning of the season, they hung his jersey up and everything. Like that's why you got the Eloy is in heaven memes. He's in White Sox heaven, chilling with Luis and Yasmani.
So
today is Eloy Easter, because he is risen from the dead and will make his return today. That's what White Sox fans are calling it. Have you seen it, though? Have you seen you haven't been on Twitter during White Sox games. Every time they mention Eloy's name, it's a bunch of memes of a ghost Eloy looking down from the clouds like Eloy is dead or something. So he's risen and he's back. Gino, what's good? Like, you not feeling it? Tell me. The silence is deafening.
Is Eloy Ken Griffey Jr. already?
Come on, Gene.
I'm saying, bro.
He's the most talented hitter on the roster, though.
Says who?
Who is then?
Man, y'all got a batting champion over there. Y'all got an MVP over there.
Can Tim put 45 home runs on the board?
Eloy hit 45 home runs?
But that's the potential.
That's his projection?
100%.
I
have no doubt that if Eloy was healthy, you're talking about 25 at least.
Okay, 25 and 45 is a big difference.
At this point of the season right now. Like, he's up in the top 5.
I agree with
25 to 30.
I agree with that. But now we crowning guys before they done did anything in the league. Now y'all going too far, man.
That's not crowning Eloy. I mean, if you've seen him,
I understand the excitement. I understand the excitement.
But if you've seen him in his first 2 years, then he's without question. I feel like potentially the most dangerous.
Potentially.
But he hasn't played a regular season game this year.
That's my point.
But I feel like he's in the same as Tim Anderson.
Woo!
Just an absolute.
I'm scaling back because you're the White Sox expert,
and
man.
This is just some skill. You know what I mean? And of course, you want to see what he's learned. And I feel like his biggest test was between the ears. We had the conversation before. What drove him to being hurt is what worries me most about Eloy. But when it comes to him at that plate, I'm not worried. I mean, yes, he's been learning over the last couple of years, but 3 years, like a 3-year player, Eloy, like it's only a matter of time.
Okay,
but it's only a matter of time before he goes boom. And here's my projection for Eloy right now, because I feel like people forget or they're breezing past the fact that the first pitch he sees when he makes his return will be the first pitch he's seen in 2021.
Right.
It's almost been a year since he's seen live baseball action. With that said, 3 weeks from now, I expect him to be in a very comfortable place. I mean, you're going to have him on the same scale that you had everybody. You know what I mean? At the beginning of the season, I feel like the goal is by playoff time, he's close to full form. You feel me? You know, it's about you're getting him in before August, before the calendar turn August, which I feel like you're giving him about 2 months to get his feet under him. And of course, I feel like you can't talk about this without saying that Luis is just days away. You know what I mean? Luis is going to be right behind him. And he's the cat that I feel like kind of falls under the category that you're putting Eloy under right now. You feel me? I feel like Luis is the guy is going to be his second year in the league.
So this is Eloy's third?
This is Eloy's third year.
Okay.
I think it was just a year to the day yesterday that Luis came up. So I feel like Luis is definitely, he's the one that I'm looking at like, all right, now go ahead and get your books and your notebook back out, Luis. You know what I mean? Let's see how you handle some of these breaking balls. You were swinging at everything last year. Let's see how you do. Eloy, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out spitting hot fire, Joe. Like I really wouldn't be surprised if he comes out on a tear, couple home runs in his first week. You know what I mean? We'll see. I feel like Eloy is in a spot in his career where he can come in like that. You know what I mean?
That's and I understand the expectations. I understand that he's, the moment he walks into that clubhouse, he's gonna light that joint up. He's his
the
personality.
Whole other thing. He is
right.
The White Sox like character.
And I understand all of that, but at the same time, bro, we've seen this game eat people alive.
Oh yeah.
So the expectation, again, I understand it. He came from here. He came from the other side of town, and what was given up to get him, it shows the talent and the projection that's been placed upon Eloy. So I'm with you. I do think that he's, his ceiling was, what was the Michael Jordan saying? His ceiling is the roof.
That was the. That sounds like some Jameis Winston stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, it does, don't it?
The ceiling.
Jameis Winston, the only guy that ever threw 30 touchdowns and 30 picks in the same season.
For real?
Yep, and 5,000 yards.
Yeah, it's hella impressive, kind of. It's hella impressive.
Thanks, DJ. Shout out to DJ, man, back there holding us down, doing all the hard work behind the boards. But, man,
yes,
I just think that's a little too much praise for Eloy, man. I understand it. Now let's not get it twisted. And I'm with it because I want to see the White Sox go all the way. I want to see them, prove, because there's been a lot of talk about them still. We don't know who around the baseball world, they don't know who the best team in baseball is. Even though the San Francisco Giants had the best record, the White Sox have proven to be the best team in the American League for most of the season this year. They're still saying they don't know if the White Sox are primed to win a World Series right now. So I'm not listening to all of that.
You look at the American League. I mean, yes, the White Sox are in that conversation, but you look at what the Rays did over the weekend, bringing Nelson Cruz in. Right. Yeah, teams in the American League are revving their engines up.
And when you get to, we always talk about when you get to the playoffs in any sport, how the games ramp up and how every possession and every little single detail matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
some guys' nuts get tight. Some guys live for the moment.
Yep.
So with that, I understand why the baseball world, the baseball analysts, I understand why they are still not putting the White Sox at the top of the totem pole, because you got to be able to execute. Small ball comes into play, situational hitting, all of those different things come into play. But when you look at the team as a whole, and when you look at them fully healthy, Luis, Eloy coming back, you got T.A. batting champion, you got Jose, who's an MVP, Yasmani Grandal coming back. Right, so you get everybody back almost 100% healthy. You know how it is in September. Nobody's fully healthy.
Almost, yeah.
But you get, you got the best, probably the best starting pitching rotation in the game.
Oh,
you add a couple arms in the bullpen, a couple right hands in the bullpen.
Which is essential.
I think the White Sox will be my favorite for the AL championship. But
if they do those things, Gino,
right?
Like if they add to the bullpen. We saw our boy Adam Frazier from the Pirates, who the White Sox have been kind of in.
Adam Frazier went where?
To the San Diego Padres.
Right.
Like the rich just get rich.
I mean, you got to take on that L.A. Dodgers mantra, man. Spend that money.
What's enough? Ain't no such thing.
I was looking at that Padres roster, and I'm thinking, where else could they get better? So I'm looking at Eric Hosmer at first base. I'm like, Eric Hosmer was cold when he was on that Kansas City Royals team with Ben Zobrist and all those guys that won it in 15.
Yes, sir.
Like, man, Anthony Rizzo back in San Diego.
Gino, you stirring the pot with that one because, of course, Anthony Rizzo is an upgrade right there. And I feel like the Adam Frazier trade was just an unnecessary upgrade.
Because who's their Adam Frazier's the second baseman. And
he's the most hits in the league. Yeah,
Cronenworth, I think, is the second baseman for San Diego. But when you throw that's a cheat.
Trying to tell you, it was looking more and more like one of those super / all-star teams in the National League, like you said, in the Dodgers mode. But I feel like that's what the White Sox kind of have to follow in the footsteps of. I feel like if I'm having a brain fart, the second baseman.
Is it Mendick?
No, that's the one who took his place.
Madrigal.
Yeah, our boy
Nick Madrigal.
Nick Madrigal. If he was healthy, then his presence puts you in that mode. Like I feel like he's another one of those homegrown players that if he was still playing, he was moving in the right direction. The game that he got hurt in was the best game he had in his career.
Okay.
He was doing everything. And he catches flack for his defense. He catches flack for some of his decisions on the base path.
This is his first full year up, wasn't it?
Not his first full year up. He came up like a quarter of the season left last year.
In the sprint, right. So he's learning on the go.
He's learning on the go. And the flashes that you've seen, it's like, God, this man is going to be nice.
Really? I haven't paid much attention to Nick Madrigal. I see him from afar. I see some of the things he does. I see him up at the plate. And, yeah, he definitely looked like something to build on for the future.
I feel like he was at probably step 2 in his process. Like, I feel like he was getting the feel for the speed of the pitches, the way they broke. He was, getting good contact. He was just starting to swing for a little bit of power for some extra base hits. Got his first couple of home runs in the weeks leading up to his injury. So he was in that mode. But Leury Garcia.
I see
Danny
the people.
Mendick.
I see the people going in on Leury. What's been going on with him lately?
White Sox fans are petty, bro. You know what I mean? White Sox fans are petty because Leury has done everything that he's been asked. He's Leury Garcia. Like, what else can he do is what I would ask White Sox fans. He's had a couple of big offensive games. He's made great defensive plays. He has his flaws, but he's been good, better than, more often than not. I still don't think that you can seesaw Leury Garcia and Danny Mendick in high-pressure situations. Like, you need an everyday second baseman as bad as you need arms in the bullpen right now. So I feel like this week is a huge week for Rick Hahn. And again, Gino, to kind of respond to what you were saying about Eloy, the other thing that makes it so good is that he actually is filling a need. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that we've lacked, and I feel like has caused this team to lose games.
So look, shout out to everybody in the comments section, everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, whatever your social media vice of choice is for rocking with the brothers. But Chris Williams, what up, Chris? Chris says, put that man in right. Ain't a lot of action in right field. Talking about Eloy.
Well, Adam Engel is over there right now. And that's his. Like, they had issues with Mazzara last seaan.
Nomar Mazzara?
Yeah.
Man, did he come from Texas?
He came from Texas.
Man, what happened to him, bro?
He hit that 525-foot home run against the White Sox, and that was the last you heard of him. The White Sox gave him some bread. He didn't do anything. I think he hit one home run, and then he just got DFA'd by Detroit. So he's a free agent right now.
Man, I think that's that Texas Rangers curse, man. All those guys go there and then they kind of fall off. I know Roughneck Odor. Remember the dude that punched? Who did he punch out at second base?
Was it? All I know is that he landed one. Odor.
Joey.
Yeah, our boy.
Joey Bats. Jose Bautista.
Yeah.
So yeah, Roughneck Odor. Same thing with him in Texas. It's like he had a coming out party, then he fell off like the next 2 years. I think he's in New York now or Boston, one of those.
I couldn't tell you. I know it's Crickets.
Yeah, I think it's that Texas Rangers curse. But so you said that's Adam Engel's spot over there.
That's
in right
Adam
field.
Engel's spot, and honestly, he's the player that Adam Engel has turned into. Like, he's a real difference maker on this team.
Yeah, especially I saw the first game he came back. I think they were in Boston.
Yeah.
And he came in and made an immediate impact, and it's like, okay.
I feel like those are the type of players that the White Sox have, just quick starters, like Tim Anderson. Like, he misses time, and you will never know.
Right.
But when he comes back, it's just on. And I feel like that's exactly what we should expect from Eloy. It's why it hurt so much when he went down. It was like, you talking about a bat that more often than not, he's going to be on. Like, Eloy not only hits for power, don't forget, he was hitting 315. You know what I mean?
I think he hit close to 300 last year?
Yeah, man. He is a very, very talented hitter. So,
okay, so
get ready, y'all.
Big Bro says, could this possibly be where Tony La Russa shows why he was brought in to be the manager of this team?
I feel like you've already seen it with guys like Andrew Vaughn, with guys like Yermín Mercedes at the top of the year, like Michael Kopech. The trust that he showed in his guys so far this year, I feel like has worked out 100% of the time. The confidence he showed in Jake Lamb brought the best out of Jake Lamb. The confidence he put in Yermín Mercedes in April when you needed to find a diamond in the rough worked out in historic fashion for Yermín Mercedes and the White Sox. You after the home run on 3-0 fiasco with Yermín Mercedes, things could have went off the rails. But I feel like Tony La Russa showed that even he can kind of slightly take a step back. I feel like he took a step back and let his players kind of dictate that situation. And it was a small tug of war. It was a battle of of opinions and philosophies in that one situation, but it hasn't been anything like that since. I feel like since then you've seen Tony have his guys back. You've seen the rest of the coaching staff kind of step up and let their presence be known. Ethan Katz, I feel like it is a guy on the bench right now that deserves a lot of credit because he, behind the scenes, he's one of the ones that's keeping the train on the tracks. You know what I mean? As far as the relationship between manager and players goes. You know what I mean? I feel like Tony La Russa is at a point where he's having a bunch of fun. Like when you hear him talk about Eloy Jimenez coming back, he's sitting here going like Birdman hand rub. Birdman hand rub. Like, we in first place while my best toy was on the shelf and now we get him back. I totally feel like Tony La Russa is about to flex some of his muscles because I feel like he's been kind of sticking his head up. I wouldn't call him Sleepy Tony anymore. Even though that situation on Saturday, Gino, did you see that with the versus the Brewers? Yohan Moncada scores a run.
Yeah, man, it didn't touch home plate.
I was in a restaurant when that play happened, so I wasn't getting the sound to it.
Okay.
But the first thing that was on my mind is like, how do you catch that?
How does who catch it?
How do the Brewers catch that he didn't touch the plate if the umpires called him safe? Like they saw that bird's eye camera view.
Oh, they got people watching. They got people behind the dugout, in the clubhouse watching every move.
But see, then you get 30 seconds to review the call. But they reviewed it twice.
See, I didn't see any of that. I was on Twitter, so I saw everything trending on Twitter. I saw the play happen on Twitter, but I saw the umpire ruled him safe twice. Right?
After the first review called him safe, bruh. And then somehow, some way, they reviewed it again and took the run off the board.
Call came in from New York.
But see, I was like, how do the Brewers get to appeal it twice?
So the Brewers appealed it twice.
Both times they said that Craig Counsell was the one that initiated the appeal. And I'm like, they got an appeal of the appeal, which is what caused the confusion.
So the umpire called him safe.
Twice. So after called him safe on the field.
Right.
Called him safe after the
Craig
appeal.
Counsell said, run that back.
Run it back again.
The umpire called him safe.
Yep.
Then what happened?
They appealed it again. Went back. The umpires got back under the hood. Came back 5 minutes later and took the run off the board.
Yes, that call came in from New York. That call was deeper than Craig Counsell. That was somebody behind the scenes that radioed. It was some black market.
Is that has to be on the ump because
it's 100% on the ump.
Say he didn't touch the plate, but you don't make a call. That immediately tells Yohan step on the plate. You know what I mean? You didn't step on the plate. I can't make a call. Safe or out yet? Because you called him safe, he's going back to the dugout.
Right.
So how can you? First of all, I didn't know that you can use video after the 30-minute you did to get an appeal. Like Tony La Russa, we was at his head early on in the season because it felt like 30 seconds wasn't enough for him to. He was coming in late on the appeals.
That's true.
But Craig Counsell gets like 2 minutes. So I'm sitting there like, and then the White Sox scored after that. It would have been a 4-2 game. You know, the game would have changed, and the bases were loaded. You know what I mean? The bases were loaded. It would have been 4-1 with no outs after Yohan scored. Then another run came across the plate. It would have been 4-2 no outs with the bases loaded again.
So it ended up being 4-0. They ended up losing 5-1, right?
Yeah, because a run got walked in, and then it was a double play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I watched Friday's game. And they just had a field day. They was what's the first baseman's name? I play him in my season on MLB The Show all the time. This new guy.
I totally have
Big husky first baseman.
I can't think of his name because it was a bunch of cats killing the White Sox over the weekend.
The Brewers, man.
Well, in that game on Friday, it was a beautiful pitchers duel. Until those late innings when the bullpen he hit a grand slam.
Lucas, I saw Giolito. He was dealing through. Say he got out of that jam in the bottom of the sixth.
It was a pitcher's duel.
Yeah,
low scoring, like 1-0. Next thing you look up, it's 7-1. You know, So yeah, it was one of those weekends. But here's some light at the end of the tunnel. I totally love that this team is very hard to sweep, even on the road.
Yeah, they came back and got one yesterday. That was
much
that's
needed.
the heart. Yeah, that's the heart of a wannabe champion, not just packing your bags in and letting them get away with a sweep. It's like, nah, we gotta flex our muscle a little bit. Y'all ain't even. First of all, y'all ain't even better than us, and we not at full strength.
The Brewers are, man, they got some very good pitching, bro.
That's the pitching. The Brewers are 29th in the league in offense. But they are the first team. They may be the first team ever to have, what was it, 1,000 strikeouts? What was the stat? Was it 1,000 strikeouts in less than 100 games? I think that's the stat.
I didn't know it was that super ugly.
They got 1,000 strikeouts. So that's why they're 9.5 games up in the NL Central.
And that happened in the blink of an eye, though.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, man. That's how this game works, man. Now look, Chris said it had to come from New York, and then Gardis, and I told Gardis, shout out to Gardis Watts. Gardis, we were talking about the Texas Rangers curse. Gardis said Lance Lynn played in Texas last year and he came out just fine. And I was like, yeah, that's true, but I was really just speaking on the hitters. I wasn't speaking on the pitching. I think it's something.
Shout out to Lance Lynn for picking up 2 RBIs yesterday, and his first at bat, his first RBIs is like 2016, bro.
Did he play in the NL then?
No, it was for Texas.
Wow.
And so and it was a funny at bat because it was 3 pitches. He got his hit on the third pitch, and it was all fastballs. The first 2 he swung at and was behind. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna throw him. He's gonna throw him another fastball. Let's see how Lynn handles it. Fam, he was sitting on that fastball. Beautiful hit. Ended up driving in 2 runs to make it 3-0 early. And then he came in and pitched the gem. Lance Lynn has been the squad stopper. He's been the most reliable pitcher, especially after we saw Carlos Rodon. He was the pitcher that got kind of touched up on Saturday. Gave up a home run on the very first pitch of the game, which is very un-Carlos Rodon-like so far this year. But it was good to see Lance Lynn come in and shut the door. Man, it's just a dog. He got his bag. He's a White Sox. You know what I mean? Like, he kind of gets to settle in as the kind of heartbeat of the rotation. When I feel like Dallas, they brought Dallas Keuchel over last year. I feel like he's kind of settled in as the 5th arm in the rotation. But it doesn't hurt you because you brought Lance Lynn over and he's been like a Cy Young. So great things happening for the White Sox and their pitching staff.
Let me see. Hey, DJ, am I hooked up? Am I hooked up on that road? Let's see. I don't hear no volume.
What you got on deck?
First of all, you're not Ohtani.
Oh.
You're not Abreu. You're not Tim Anderson. You are a cheeseburger kid, fat boy. You're lucky to be in the big league.
Damn.
Some people got hurt, and you have a great start of the season. And I was saying this for all national media. All you guys, just see things and hear things before you connect into it. First of all, you blame Tony La Russa. First of all, Tony La Russa played this kid 200 at-bats after that happened, okay? This kid hit 110 after that happened. The day that he got sent down, I interviewed this kid a couple of days before, and this kid really confused me, okay? So when he told me people pay to watch me play, I didn't even hear those words from Frank Thomas. I even hear those words from Gene Tomlin.
I think what he's trying to say,
because I don't want to talk in the show, but this kid, he's lucky I'm not managing the White Sox because this kid never wear that uniform the long I'm managing because everybody blamed Tony La Russa, everyone, and nobody blamed this kid. He's a great kid. He's confused. Everybody have problem in baseball. Everyone have problem in baseball off the field. And this kid come out doing this. Please, you're not a prospect. You're not a prospect. You're not. And I was the first one protecting you for 2 months. I bring your own shirt.
You were in the big leagues for 3 months.
By the way, listen to me. By the way, my first interview is a media. It was you. Okay? And I hear you what you're saying. First of all, I love you. Then I don't like you. What you say about Tony La Russa. Then I just feel sorry for you. At the end of the interview, I feel sorry for him. Because I got friends in Dominican Republic, good friends, like my sons. I asked about them. Nobody had a good answer. No one. And guys believe in God.
Basically, this guy's full of himself.
All the media around baseball, all the genius.
Who is this on the podcast with Isaac?
I don't know. Two guys. La Vida.
La Vida baseball.
Tony's fault. For Tony's hating. Stop doing it.
Well, I think that he actually did have a good relationship with Tony. Because Tony went out of his way afterwards to talk nice about him. He came out. Tony could have been you.
By the way, Tony just being nice.
He is being nice.
By the way, Tony, you're not being Tony. Quit being hypocrite. Okay? Please, quit being hypocrite.
Well, he's got to do his job. And
okay,
again,
I know that. What Tony got to lose when he said the truth? Oh, you're going to get fired? Oh, wow. Poor guy. You know what? He did what
do it the Ozzy way.
Respect the play, respect the new system of baseball. But when this kid go, well, you know what? I do my way. I'm Jamie Neto. Who you are?
Wait.
Who you are?
I'm saying, no, you could say that.
You
Okay?
gotta
If
love-
you're Ohtani. You know, this guy was the same guy that wrote in the post, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
That's how I play. So that's what I'm saying. So I think that the cloud, again, got on him. I think I said the rise of the Phoenix. He did not play last night. I will keep trolling.
I'm not playing him anymore.
Well, what's him? We'll see. But I'm saying, though, I think that the Sox got bodies.
By the way, I want to see. I want to throw people off right on the face. I want to see Kenny Williams have some guts. I want to see Rick Hahn got some guts. I want to see those guys because those guys winning without this kid being in the big league. I want to see the old Kenny Williams. I want to see the old Rick Hahn.
You don't think he won't come back?
No. You know why? Because wait a minute. We're going to feel sorry for you all. Say we have problems.
Oh, I don't feel sorry.
We all have problems.
Everyone gets.
By the way, I'm not against this kid because you look at my interviews and what I say about this kid all year long, guys. I've been with this kid right behind this kid. But when I hear people talk about Tony La Russa the way they are because that kid.
Well, by the way, Tony La Russa did not take him out of the lineup in the sixth inning, and I think that he owns if he comes back, he owes an apology to his teammates for leaving the stadium early.
It's Ozzy as we know him best, the former White Sox manager, 2005 champion. Man, oh man, Gino! Like the first part of that video, he was laying
to
the man, Yermín Mercedes.
Called the man a cheeseburger fat boy.
And Ozzy ain't small, you feel me? And you know what, G? I feel like in this instance, Ozzy is wilding. You know what I mean? Ozzy could have stayed out of this. He didn't have to drop the hammer on Yermín Mercedes, a AAA baseball player right now, and basically stick the fork in his career. I feel like Ozzy, of course, you know what I mean? Of course, he's going to have love from White Sox fans all the time, but he kind of reminds me of that old school, you got to do it this way or you're not. He's like more Tony La Russa than people kind of like acknowledge. You feel me? He's more of the old school baseball player mindset than I feel like, you know, most people kind of, you know, recognize. And you see it when, you know, in conversations like throwing at a player. I remember in that Yermín Mercedes situation, I heard Ozzy say that he didn't have a problem with I forgot what team it was, whoever the team was that he hit that 3-0 home run on. He wouldn't have had a problem if the next day they came back and threw a fastball at him. And I'm like, gee, if you like, I stand on the fact if you throw a 96-mile-per-hour fastball at me, how is it not fair for me to run at you with my bat? With, you know, it's two weapons. You decide to use the ball as a weapon, so now I got this bat in my hands. My turn. You feel me? And I feel like Ozzy, this is another situation where I'm looking at him like, would have been cool if you sat this one out, old man. Straight up, we didn't need you to lay into this dude.
I mean,
like he's a cheeseburger eating mug. Okay, you a bourbon drinking, you know, mug that can't find a job in the league no more. You know what I mean? I feel like when players turn analysts and get that out of bounds, I feel like, okay, well, then it's open season on you then.
Oh, it's definitely open season. You know what I mean? But I mean,
because I feel like at the same time, Yeah, maybe the cloud got to Yermin Mercedes.
It definitely got to him.
But he's Yermin Mercedes, fam. And people were paying to come to see him. Go to a White Sox game, see how many 73s you saw.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
I feel that, but you can't.
He can't let it get to your head. No,
you go.
Can't do that. But at the same time, Ozzy, like, suck it.
Ozzy definitely went a little too far. Let's not get that twisted. Like, who said it? Devin said, "Gotta love Ozzy," and Garda said, "Ozzy never minces words," and that's true. Ozzy's definitely gonna.
That's true. That don't mean he right.
Oh no, he didn't say he was right, and I agree with you. I agree with both of the statements, but I agree with you 100%. I feel like Ozzy definitely went a little bit too far. We know about his personality. I mean, he's a world champion. So
he want to see the real Kenny Williams. Like, if I'm Kenny, I'm looking at Ozzy like, gee, like, get off my back, get off my, you know what, gee, like, I ain't bothering nobody, fam.
No, I mean, I understand where Ozzy is coming from, because, like he said, I never heard, like, you won't hear the greatest players of, and hey, this is a different generation. These are the Instagram, social media.
Period. Muggs were reporting from his Instagram post,
right?
You know,
so again, I mean, Yermin did do his thing. Now in Ozzy's defense, like he said, after that incident, the 3-0 home run, he had 200 at bats and hit 111 after that.
It was a couple of stints where he went like 1 for 30, 0 for 35. Yeah, it was really nasty after that.
And this is that game, where this game will eat you alive. And I think when you get ahead of yourself, like Yermin, like you would tell me, man, did you see Yermin's Instagram post? Did you see all the swag? Did you see all the gold chains?
The T chains, yeah.
And it's understandable, because most of those guys, 99.99999% of those guys that come from the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, they come from nothing. So when they come over here and they see success, that, you know, even with Pedro Strop, I mean, we can go down the line. You look around the league and you see most Dominican players, they're flashy with their play, with their style, but also with the diamonds and the gold chains and the earrings and all of that. So,
bling, bling.
Yeah, it's a part of their makeup and a part of their culture once they get acclimated to life over
when
here.
They feel like they made it.
They made it. So I understand your man. He like, bro, I'm a 28, 29-year-old who did a bid. I've been a lifer, and I finally got my shot. And now I came up here.
We need a new digital guy, because I need the picture of Yermin standing on his first day out, where it's just him and the penitentiary behind him, nobody else.
First day out.
Yeah, that's
Yermin on a Gucci man.
Yeah.
Yermin head on Gucci body.
Period, bro. That was Yermin's first few weeks of the season. He was going off of adrenaline.
But like you said, baseball purist, man. And I wouldn't say I'm a baseball purist. I do enjoy some of the old school ways of baseball as far as the play. Not necessarily restricting players, you know, like they hate Fernando Tatis, the way he bat flips, and Tim Anderson, and all the way the flash that these guys. Not that. I just mean the game itself, like sliding into second base, taking the second baseman out, running up the catcher over at home plate.
Contreras, the way he pimping his home runs.
Yeah, I'm with all of that. Mm-hmm. But I feel Ozzy when he said, like, Yermin's talking about people come to see me play. It's like, bro, be cool. Like, okay, people may be coming to see you play because you've exploded on the scene, and the Sox are, you know, they're looking for that next generation, the next 8 to 10 years. And, you know, like you said, T.A. Yeah. Jose has been there for the longest, but you got
to see them play.
T.A., Johan, Luis, Eloy.
Got the arms.
Come on, bro.
Real talk is, if I paid to go see the game, I'm paying to go see T.A., Michael Kopech. You know what I mean? Like, I'm praying Michael Kopech gets in the game if I was spending my money as a White Sox fan. You know what I mean?
And that's,
Yermin was not on my list.
And that's the point. I think that's the point Ozzy was making. Yeah, he took it too far, but I think he had valid points. And like he said, after the fact, after the 3-0 debacle, he hit 111 and 200 at bat. So it ain't like
the 3-0 debacle, he was huff after that. But at the same time, I do feel like Tony La Russa had a hand in his nosedive.
No doubt.
I feel like because the home run in 3-0, it shouldn't have been an issue. Like, if it, like you said, the line is already a tightrope that you got to walk for success in baseball. And he was walking it. And then I feel like you can actually pinpoint when the nosedive started. And whether as far as how long it lasted, I feel like you can put that on Yermin. He wasn't able to shake out of it and get back to what he found in those early months in the league, but I feel like it was totally a self-inflicted wound. It was your own manager pouring ice on his hottest batter.
And that's that unwritten rule that we talk about, those, that the I wouldn't even call them the baseball purists. I would call them the what do they call them, man? What's our word? The
gatekeepers.
The gatekeepers, man.
Yes, man.
And I mean, Tony La Russa is the last of the Mohicans as far as that's concerned. Managers are concerned. Yeah. So, he was just trying to keep that element alive, I guess, and maybe it backfired. Maybe not for the White Sox in general, because I don't think Yermin Mercedes takes them over the hump as a championship
one
team.
Player. I mean, you seen if Eloy ain't gonna slow it down, Yermin ain't slowing it down.
Right. So. And as far as the real Rick Hahn and Kenny stepping up,
that's the line that stood out.
Does that mean not bringing Yermin back
it's
up?
Like, what does it mean? Because he's actually hitting well.
Yeah, he's hitting like 315 or something.
No, he's not coming up. Yeah, I mean, no. But you have Eloy and Luis coming back. Like, it's getting crowded up there. Like, with Eloy coming back, it's like, okay, does that mean Jake Burger's going back down?
Somebody's going back down.
Two people are going down over the next few days.
It ain't hard.
And it's going to be somebody that's been in the lineup for most of the season.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's getting crowded up there. Yermin, I don't know, brother.
So, Grant Houghton, what up, Grant? He says, Yermin is a typical great prospect. First 2 to 3 months in is fire. Then the league figures you out. Sophomore campaign is most important to see if adjustments are made, and the long term can be good. Just got to stay away from social media during this process.
Whew.
And that's what it is. When the league gets a hold of you, you got to have that adjustment period
when the word is out.
You take a step back, you go in the lab, reconfigure some things, get with your coaches.
Got to
readjust your swing, readjust your focus, your process.
Where you stand in the at the plate.
Yeah, your approach, all of that, man. So I agree with that. But again, does he see the light of day in USA?
I don't know if, from Yermin's perspective, I don't know. I think he's trying to grip on to to his last seconds of the 15 minutes of fame that he had, because I feel like as far as spots on the team, it's just not one for him. You know what I mean? And that's not because of I feel like his production is just that he was able to get an opportunity because of injuries.
Yeah, like that's another thing Ozzie said. Like, boy, you only up here because half the team got hurt.
Those guys are returning. And those guys are the franchise. You know what I mean? Yermin, like you said, he did a bid down there in the minors. Like, and it's a lot of players like that. If you look at the White Sox minor league, the AAA Charlotte Knight roster, it's just like a cafeteria of players that have been on the White Sox over the last 3 or 4 years. That, they've been picking off so-and-so, we calling them up. That's really just what it is. It's like, oh, we got a dig from the farm. Can you come up and play for a weekend? Yep, come on. Mercedes, if you stick around, you'll be up again. You know what I mean? Baseball is crazy like that. You know what I mean? You hope these guys can stay healthy and that nobody else goes on the shelf for as long as they were. But I say that because it's probably best if Yermin sticks around.
My bad.
It's probably best if Yermin sticks around. I mean, before it was all said and done, he had put up another Instagram post saying, I'm back, I love the game, and all that good stuff. So, Yermin Mercedes, I feel like White Sox fans got to be thankful for what he was able to do early on in the season, keeping this team's head above water. You know what I mean? It was totally possible that this team started slow in the mug, losing Eloy. That didn't happen. Yermin started as the hottest. He was batting 370, 380 for a month and a half. So thank you, Yermin. Definitely, hopefully, you know what I mean? Even if it's not for the White Sox, hopefully it's for some other team.
Switch.
Like that, like house party. Switch.
Now we head to the north
You know what,
side.
Janessa? We may have to pull that audio clip and change topics with B. Lyle from House Party, Martin Lawrence's character. Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the north side of things, man. I see my boy Chris when I mentioned when we talked about Adam Frazier to the Padres, and I talked about Eric Hosmer being Huff and a possible addition to first base.
Can we take a break real quick?
Sure.
Let's take a quick break real quick. I got to give something to you. We'll come back with it.
All right, let's take a break. DJ, take us to break, man. We come back on the other side. We got to talk about the inevitable. The trade deadline is 4 days away.
Yes, it
is.
The
Cubs will look maybe not totally different, but they will look different than the guys that you've seen since 2016.
I got an interesting take. I'm going to throw it at you, see if you can catch it, Gino.
All right, take us to break, DJ. You're on the soil with the bigs.
WIIFTBP.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
I don't know what the fuck be making niggas think they can fuck with me. Stay with a small circle to ensure I stay sucker free. Peace to the niggas rockin', those that truly got love for me. To the women that be lustin' me, they dreamin' of fucking me. Lick your fingertips and rub your clit to this and let my voice bring you the climax. My raps is more real than any 3D or IMAX. Listen and digest this fly shit like Venus flytraps. Side-eye niggas that speak on my city, you shy rap. Niggas love glorifying stupid shit, the useless shit in front of cameras, goofy capping, act as if you used to shit. With Max producing shit, how could I fall short? I hit the booth and get the kicking shit of all sorts. Listen, I'm just a product of the inner city. I remember plenty nights there wasn't any lights and with no dinner in me. I was in tune with the harsh realities of life at an early age. Was used to struggle at an early stage. That made me appreciate the small shit. So now I kick that off the wall shit that leave these rapping niggas all sick. They say jealousy and envy get you nowhere, so I'd rather not go there. These niggas panic when I touch mics, I'm Rudy Gobert. I ain't the type to talk jazzy while hiding behind a screen naming Abby. You pushing buttons or trying to get at me, huh? I'm John Wick with the shit. I'm killing everything while bitches sleeping on me. I'm setting fire to bed frames, replacing alarm clocks with time bombs to bomb spots. This onslaught's for certain. These other niggas is long shots. Dousing your mattress in gasoline. It's asinine to try to find a rapper that rap is mean. I haven't seen a rap nigga that worry me yet. So far ahead of my time, I got fans that ain't heard of me yet. I'm not the nigga you should step to disrespectful. If I address you, won't be no rescue. They gon' have to dress you in a black suit and some dress shoes. Unless you suicidal or glutton for punishment, I'll never choose to rival the motherfuckers I'm running with.
You're listening to The Bigs with Eugene, McIntosh, and Terrence Tomlin.
He's bare-chested,
right here on What's In It for the Black People Meet.
Dame Lillard, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
Hey, this is Jason Kidd, and we're rocking with the Bigs.
I'm Chris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
This is Mark Cuban, Dallas Mavericks. You're rocking with the Bigs.
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's In It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
They calling us the Bigs, it's the Bigs, it's the Bigs, but not because our size. It's the Bigs, it's the Bigs. They calling us the Bigs, it's the Bigs, it's the Bigs, but not because our size. It's the Bigs, it's the Bigs. They calling us the Bigs, it's the Bigs, it's the Bigs, but not because our size. It's the Bigs, it's the Bigs. They calling us the Bigs, it's the Bigs, it's the Bigs, but not because our size.
And just like that, we are back down on the soil. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, all of the family members, man. The love is much appreciated, man. There would be no The Bigs. There would be no On the Soil. There would be no Diamond Talk Live. There would be none of this without the family members. So make sure y'all continue to smash them like buttons, smash them share buttons, hit the comment section, join the conversation, continue to help us push the content and the culture forward, man. We are all we got. It's all about ownership over here, and it's all about pushing the black voice forward because, look, man, we all we got, man. And like I always say, it's cool to see, you know, some representation on ESPN and ABC and all these different networks. Shout out to Maria Taylor grabbing the bag. I see her in Tokyo already. Indeed. Hopefully we see Malika Andrews take a step up with ESPN next year.
Game don't stop, dude.
Much deserving. Everybody, man. I see my boy Mike Tirico in Tokyo.
Yeah, man.
Everybody, man, out there helping the black voice maneuver through these tough, turbulent times. But over here, man, it's about ownership, owning our voice, and you know, providing a platform for the next generation of aspiring journalists, writers, and letting them know that it can be done, man. Maybe not the conventional, traditional way.
No, absolutely not.
But if there's a will, there's a way. And me, T, DJ, Ron, Rilla, Mays, I said what I said. All of the family members, we are all living embodiment that anything is possible.
I'm gonna let it be known, Gino, like you said so perfectly. It's about giving our voice a platform, the platform that it deserves. Man, these teams can't act like we don't exist no more, man. So we're definitely, I feel like the light is on us. We got an opportunity to do some special stuff moving forward, y'all. So we teased it at the top of the show, but this hour, we got a big announcement coming your way that we can't wait to share with you. So stay tuned for that. But Gino, check your Twitter, because I don't know. Any second we could get some, you know, some breaking news that the Cubs are pushing the button on somebody.
Let me see.
You said you had something to let us know.
Well, no. So we were talking about the San Diego Padres adding Adam Frazier to the squad, and I was saying, you know, if they wanted to continue to follow that LA Dodgers mantra, spending that bread to ensure we had the best shot at getting to the mountaintop, I was looking around the diamond. And I was looking at first base, and I was talking about Eric Hosmer, who was a vital piece to that 2015 Kansas City Royals championship team with Ben Zobrist and those guys. And he hasn't fared too well in San Diego. I know he's on the books for a lot of bread for like the next 2 or 3 years, but I was thinking if they wanted to upgrade, I feel like Anthony Rizzo, whose name has been mentioned in trade talks for who knows how long, would probably be a nice addition for San Diego. I mean, he's a better player than Eric Hosmer is. He's struggled this year. He struggled last year. And, you know, again, this is a 31-year-old first baseman. He's got numerous gold gloves, but he is 31 years old, and he's had a history of back issues. But I'm thinking if San Diego wanted to upgrade, then finding a way to acquire Anthony Rizzo. And maybe the Cubs on the other side. I mean, Eric Hosmer, maybe he just needs a change. You know, change of scenery is good for some people. So if they want to look at signing Eric Hosmer, you know, long term, maybe taking, you know, I don't know how they, you know, these GMs and front office execs, they make it happen. They'll find a way, cash considerations, picks, whatever you want to do. I know the Cubs are looking to build up the farm, but, you know, maybe that could be a good swap. But the talk is about the trade deadline. It's Friday, 4 days away, and some Cubs are going to be gone, man. Most notably, the names on the hot seat. Obviously, I feel like Craig Kimbrell is a goner.
I always forget about him in terms of, you know, what the Cubs are going to trade, because I feel like he's for sure going to be somewhere else.
Craig Kimbrell, and I feel like Craig Kimbrell and Javi, who, like you said, we saw Ken Rosenthal from The Athletic. I saw him talking about Javi's name being in trade talks more. And look, I feel like you got to be able to look at these things two different ways, because Javi, if you trade him, I feel like he would yield the biggest return.
Absolutely, without question, I feel. And I feel like a team gets a chance to like make him theirs.
Period, y'all. You'll be an idiot not to. Mm-hmm. His contract is up at the end of the year. It'd be a fool. Which I think the Cubs would be. Yeah. I think the Cubs would be foolish,
Fulioskis,
big time Fulioskis, to let Javier Baez go. So I talked about this at the beginning, and I said on Diamond Talk, if you wanted to hear my opinion and what I thought the Cubs would do in the coming days, then this was a conversation from On the Soil. So we'll talk about that now. So if I'm Jed Hoyer and Tom Ricketts, which I'm not, if I'm looking at the future, and this is something that I think fans have to kind of take a step back, step out of your fandom, which I understand is hard to do for fans because they don't necessarily know what goes on and what the thought processes are with these guys, with these front office executives and with team owners. But you got to understand that, man, change is necessary. Like, fans, they see the guys go on the 5-game winning streak and they like, man, it's still a chance. Man, maybe we got a chance. Man, it's still like that glimmer of hope. It's like, nah, that's fool's gold, bro. We going to do this for a few weeks. Like I told our boy Keith that at the beginning, when you walk up to the press box, the guy that scans our press pass, told Keith yesterday, I said, hey, man, it's over. I said 2017, the season after the ship, I gave him a pass. It is what it is. Baseball is. I think
not
baseball.
So many teams running back.
I think baseball is the hardest sport to win back-to-back championships. It's just my opinion. So I gave him a pass on 17 because they were trying to run it back. Obviously, losing Dex and not replacing who we call the centerpiece.
Oh yeah.
One of the most productive.
Unbelievable that they just ignored it.
It was just no way that they were going to run that back. So we let it slide in 17.
Called him the centerpiece, Gene.
18, 19, 20. Even though they won 2 division titles, this is the standard that they set. With that roster, with those guys who we expected to be all-stars every year, which is another thing that I think a lot of people don't understand. NBA, who the all-stars are going to be every year.
Every year.
Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl in the NFL because them guys are trying to get a break at the end of the season.
Yeah, they need that Super Bowl. And you know what I mean?
Major League Baseball, I don't know who they're 2, 3, 4 guys, 5 guys, maybe 6. Now, there are 18 positions on the field. There may be 6 guys who are penciled in on a yearly basis. And that switches from time to time.
It switches, and I feel like that was the most interesting conversation or the topic that came up from this past year's All-Star, is that what is an All-Star? You know what I mean? It's guys come up every year at this point and touch that. But honestly, Gino, I'm thinking about, because you said that Javi can bring back the most.
Javi and Craig Kimbrell. Javi more than Craig Kimbrell because
and Craig Kimbrell, bro, his numbers.
He's been the best
runs since last year.
Yeah, he's been the best pitcher in baseball, period. So he bring a huge return, but Javi, like you said, his contract is up this year. No more arbitration. He's looking to sign a long-term deal. So you're not just renting him. I mean, maybe a team rents him if they're trying to. I feel like teams that are primed to win a World Series, they're good at shortstop. Mm-hmm. Maybe 1 or 2 teams, but most teams that are grabbing Javi
in baseball,
and basketball. But most teams that are looking to grab Javi are looking to sign him long term. So Javi would probably yield you the most return on investment.
Now, what did the Cubs get for you, Darvish?
Zach Davies and a bunch of guys that we never heard of. They're a bunch of 18-year-olds.
Indication for what the team could be looking for?
Well, that whole thing was a cost-cutting issue.
It wasn't a prospect move.
No, because those guys, again, Zach Davies, who will probably be on the go. Zach Davies will be a rental for somebody. He's a middle-of-the-pack starter, who's going to be a championship team. You just look for him to fill some innings. But they got Zach Davies. They gave up Yu Darvish and probably the best backup catcher in baseball, Victor Caratini, which was some cost-cutting stuff because we know organization-wise, they had the most cuts around MLB, over 100 cuts around the organization in the offices. So that was cost-cutting. Now they did that. Now they got a few dollars back. Now it's about prepping the farm and building for the future. So Craig Kimbrell, gone. Anthony Rizzo, gone. Chris Bryant, gone. Ryan Tepera, gone. Andrew Chafin, gone.
Sheriff.
Zach Davies, gone.
Jeez. So that's a fire sale, fam. Like, the Cubs are going to make some teams very happy.
Javi
this week.
Javi is a guy that you have to consider your future and building not around him, but you build with him. This is, I mean, just we've seen, like we talked about this, and when we talk about Javi, we talk about this all the time, T. This is a guy who we've seen at his best and at his worst. And when he's somewhere in between, I feel like he's very good, especially up the middle defensively. He may be the best defensive shortstop in baseball. He's electric. He does the things. We talk about the things that affect winning baseball that don't show up on the scoreboard. Javi is that. Then let's talk about the energy he brings to Wrigley Field. The fans love him. Yesterday there was talk. I don't know if you saw it, but he tried to leg out an infield hit yesterday. Ended up tripping over first base.
Yeah,
he went down for a minute. You know, it was a sigh in there. He told the trainers, "I'm good.
Stay over there."
They ended up coming out anyway. He came back on the field to finish the ninth, which let you know he was good. But after the game, in the post game, we were talking to Rossi, and Gordon tried to egg him on, and he was like, "Man, we saw Javi go down. What's the issue?" And he was like, I'll save that, for tomorrow. And he was like, "Well, man, do you know what happened?" And Rossi was like, "Yeah." He was like, "What?" He was like, "He tripped over first base." And he was like, "Is he hurt?" And Rossi was like, "He's straight." He was like, "Well, what's the injury?" And he was like, "Well, do you know the injury?" And Rossi's like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, can you tell us?" He was like, "No, I'll leave that for tomorrow." And obviously, that's for the suspense, and Javi's name is on the block. But again, if you saw my tweet, Javi was on the field immediately after the game. I think they had family day, so he was throwing BP to his little son.
Oh, wow.
And then I saw Javi leaving the ballpark. When I was on my way out, I saw Javi coming out, going to his car. It was 1,000 fans outside waiting on him, screaming, "Javi, can we take?" And Javi is cool, and he was like, "Hey, Javi, can we take a picture?" And he's like, "Man, I wish I could, but I can't. I'm not allowed to. They still got those rules in place."
Wow.
But it's just that factor that you can't let a guy like that get out of this franchise, especially for nothing. He's a free agent. You let him walk for nothing. So you trade him, you yield back a huge return on investment. You let him go, you get nothing. You re-sign him long term. You got an A1 shortstop up the middle who probably saves you a run a game.
He does. I feel like that's definitely what he brings to the table, which would be impossible to lose. You're going to feel the effect of not having Javi immediately. But at the same time, I feel like if you're rebuilding, then you have to move the cat that brings the most back. You know what I mean? I feel like if it's not a full rebuild, then they're going to eventually move him down the line where you can't get as much as you can get for him now. You know what I mean? It's a tough decision, bruh. Like, it's a tough decision because I feel like part of me wants to see them just let this trade deadline go by and just Craig Kimbrell is the only one that leaves.
That would be insanity.
It would be insanity. Now, at the same time, you look at the Cubs' path to back to that level of success.
Hey, man.
And I don't know how they get there unless they kind of gut what they have, because I feel like they do right now today. They still have players where they can bring back some players that a few years from now they'll be the face of the league.
And that is the key to the decision. You got to understand how tough that decision is for Jed Hoyer and Tom Ricketts. Well, not Tom Ricketts, because he's just the owner. He's the guy to do. He doesn't have anything to do. I don't think he knows about the players. And he's just the money man that makes the decision.
Give them Jed's number. He'll talk.
Yeah, let Jed handle. That's what Jed and his guys, that's their job. And it's a very tough decision. But like you said, it's all about, the future. And, I mean, the Cubs will still field a pretty competitive team on the field. And I think what bodes well for the Cubs is always going to be Wrigley Field. Like, you come to Wrigley Field.
See, now,
and you enjoy
I gotta ask you, Gino.
Is that enough?
Well, is that changing? Because
I don't think
seen
that.
Our boy,
go ahead,
Paul Sully, put up the picture of the empty stands. I mean, not as many fans in the building.
It's always 35K though.
But see, now that's. I mean, I remember when it was always
37.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I understand. I feel like the Cubs fan base is good to still spend money even when they suck.
There you
know
go.
What I mean, they're the lovable losers. But remember, I said if the organization thinks that they can kind of settle back into the lovable losers role.
No, we're not going. I'm not.
That's not the sports world doesn't leave room for that anymore. Like,
and don't get my comments twisted. I definitely wasn't referring to just coming out supporting a losing baseball team.
But the Cubs, I mean, that was kind of the thing.
Well, the tide has changed. Like when Jed and Theo came in, we changing that totally. And by 2015, it was a total different aura around the ballpark. But like I said, I still think with those trades, however they go, with whatever way they go, whoever they trade, I feel like whatever they get in return, if it's farm, if it's guys to kind of plug into the major league team, I still feel like they'll have a competitive team. They will field a competitive team for the rest of the year. But I also think just having Javi there, that's the key to me. Chris Bryant, I love Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant is still the most complete player on the ball club. He's a former Rookie of the Year, former NL MVP.
And honestly, I feel like he may be right there as far as like Cubs that could net the most.
Yeah, he'll net you something decent in return.
Because I feel like the league is kind of looking for versatility right now. I feel like he's probably needed more.
And never forget what he said a couple weeks ago when he was asked about his favorite position to play on the field. He said center field.
Bruh, that surprised me. I mean, and he said that playing different positions has kind of helped him recapture.
Come on, man.
Like refocus.
So now that gives a bunch of different teams. So, I look around the league and I'm like, well, where does KB fit well? I always thought the New York Mets would be the best destination for him until Francisco Lindor got hurt. So it's like, well, what are the Mets doing? Are they, who knows? So now I'm looking around the rest of the league and I'm like, well, where does KB fit? And I'm like, the San Francisco Giants, a team that's in first place. Now, if you're the San Francisco Giants, do you think, because baseball is one of those, all sports, you can never have enough. So the San Francisco Giants, you're looking at it two ways. It's like, okay.
You're trying to stack the deck.
We got here this way. We didn't do anything. We still got Brandon Crawford and Buster Posey from 2008.
Yeah, bro. From when Barry was here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then we just picked and plugged. We didn't spend a lot of bread. The prospect, Mike Yastrzemski and all of these guys who've kind of filled the void, they've come in and they've done a great job. So do we stay the course and continue this way, or do we add a huge name, a guy like Chris Bryant, who, like you said, I think the Giants, they need help in the outfield. And the fact that Chris Bryant said center field was his favorite position to play, it gives teams leeway to kind of be able to figure out, well, where do we need to upgrade the most? Because Chris Bryant could fit. He can play first base. Obviously, he's been an all-star third baseman. This year, he was an all-star left fielder.
Playing everywhere. He plays center field.
So, I don't know, man. I'm like I said, if it was me, my outlook by Friday, Chris Bryant's gone, Anthony Rizzo's gone, Craig Kimbrell's gone, Ryan Tepera's gone,
It's
Andrew
crazy
Chafin's
hearing
gone.
you say that.
Javier Baez stays. They sign Javi. Give him his 200 M's. Because if y'all don't give it to him, somebody else is.
Oh, somebody be happy to give it to Javi. Come on, stop. Don't play yourself.
Keep defense.
Don't play yourself and think that Javi's not going to get that bag.
Stop it.
El Mago is worth his weight in gold. Trust and believe. Any team that gets Javi, jerseys will be available immediately. Commercials will be made in a matter of days. Yes.
So I see my boy Ant in the comments. Let me read Ant's comment. Shout out to Anthony
comment.
Williams. He said, I'm not convinced that you get much for Javi from the league right now. Whoever picks him up is basically renting him for 3 months unless they intend to sign him long term. which contender right now is interested in signing him long term? And if they are real contenders, don't they have a legit shortstop already? That's exactly what I said, and I agree with you 100%. That's why I said I think the Cubs keep him around and sign him long term, because there are not many. Fernando Tatis, Francisco Lindor, I mean, he got his $300. Trevor Story.
And he's probably on the move.
Right. But I mean the guy that does the things things off the field.
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis. I don't even think Francisco Lindor.
Well, Fernando Tatis, but don't forget who got the cover of the show before him.
That's
Javi.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Those things that reaches, because baseball is one of those regional sports, man. You really don't pay attention to teams outside of yours. You like players.
Yeah.
But you don't really pay attention to teams outside of yours. But when you have Fernando Tatis, I want to watch the Padres.
Period.
When you got Javier Baez, El Mago, who's looking at Wilson Contreras while he's picking the ball out of the ground, pointing at Will. The other day they hit a sky high ball that I lost in the sky, bro. I'm amazed.
You in the press box.
I'm amazed at how strong these hitters are, and they hit these balls so high in the air, and you lose them in the sky. Like
I'm trying to tell you, I do it all the time, bro.
Man, Javi waves everybody off. He's pointing at the ball as it comes down to. Bro, he's chasing the ball to the outfield behind him,
pointing with his hand in it. Yeah,
he's pointing at the ball, smiling. Pointing at the ball as it comes down, and then he looks off before it even hits his glove.
And can let it go. Yeah, I mean, the weapon is locked and loaded. Don't you dare.
You can't let that guy go.
I honestly, Gino, I totally agree with you. Like when you look at the full package, I feel like he's definitely. Is he a top 20 like name and all, like regardless of sport? Like you know Javier Baez, even if you're not a baseball fan, I feel.
And shout out to Marquee Sports. They had the Cubs' best nickname on the other day. Salute the Bigs, because El Mago won by a landslide.
That's gonna win every single nickname battle for like that's an all-timer right there.
MLB, give us our flowers, man.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. Y'all been in our emails and inboxes, so y'all know how to find us.
Yeah, we're still waiting.
Yeah, come on. The pandemic is over. But, Gene, I feel like that's the smart thing to do. I don't know. See, now I don't know what the plan is. I mean, the Cubs, unless it's like everybody has to go if it's a fire sale, but I feel like they will be smart to hold on to Javi. As simple as that.
And then Gordon's article yesterday on NBC Sports. Our boy G-Dub, Gordon Wittenmeyer, he said something wicked too as David Bodie made his return to the lineup. Man, throw him in there. I mean, this is a guy who's
in a trade. Yeah, just go
contract friendly.
Oh yeah,
he signed a 5-year, $15 million deal a few years
Jeff
ago.
Blum, Joe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Joe.
So there are a lot of the one guy that can't go.
The professor.
Our boy Poetry in Motion. He cannot go. And be looking, Kyle is making this start tonight, and we're going to go on the break and come back on the other side in a minute because we got some news to give y'all. But Kyle Hendricks is on the bump tonight. The Cubs have the Cincinnati Reds in town for a 4-game set. The Milwaukee Brewers are 9.5 games up in the NL Central as far as the Cubs are concerned. The Cincinnati Reds are 7 games behind. So that's a 2.5 game difference between them and the Cubs. Leave my heart out of it. I'm using my brain right now. The Cubs are cooked. There are no playoffs for the Cubs this year. But stranger things have happened in baseball. And if they want to make any type of threat, because the wild card is sold up, they're going to be 2 wild card teams from the NL West.
Yeah.
So the Cubs basically have to win that division. And if there's any hope, they have to start tonight, and that's by catching the Cincinnati Reds. So if they win 3 out of 4 again, basically the Cubs got to go on like a 10-game, 11-game winning streak, and the Milwaukee Brewers have to do the absolute opposite.
They got to make up for that 10-game losing. They need a complete opposite end of the spectrum run.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it starts tonight. Cubs and Reds tonight at Wrigley. First pitch 7:05. I will be in the building. Kyle Hendricks' Poetry in Motion is on the bump, going for his league lead 13th win. We may just have to have Kyle on the soil on Wednesday, man, because it's been too long. Kyle said he's been waiting to chop it up with his guys.
Come on, Kyle.
So
we'll clear a spot just for you.
Yeah, we'll clear a spot for Kyle. But yeah, it starts tonight. Cubs and Reds, 4-game set. The Cubs can catch the Reds for second place. The Cardinals are a game ahead of the Cubs. I think the Cubs have 49 wins. The Cardinals have 50. So you just got to take it one day. I know it's an old cliche saying you take it one game at a time, but at this point in the season with 62, 100 games down, 62 left, that's really all you can do is take it one game at a time. The season goes fast, especially when this trade deadline comes. I know it's a lot of emotions going on. My thing before we go to the break with these trades, do they do it the player way? You got to do it with a guy like Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo.
Put him in a position to do his thing with somebody that's not about to end their season in a couple months.
Well, not that. I just meant as far as the actual trading them the player way. Do you pull a guy in the fourth inning after his AB when he's coming to the bench to get his glove on back to the field? It's like, hey, G, hold up, G.
You're not going back out.
You ain't going back in. You just been traded.
And that's your goodbye.
By the time he gets back to his locker is already packed up.
They handle you your nameplate and your plane ticket.
You can't do Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo like that. And I feel like the Cubs are a grade A organization. So
I agree.
If they're going to let those guys go, they got to do it the player way. You got to give them a chance to salute their guys, the guys that they've been in the trenches with.
Period.
Give them the chance to hug them up, say goodbye to everybody.
That was my thing a few days ago when Chris Bryant got taken out of the lineup. I'm like, no way are the Cubs pulling the trigger in the middle of a game. No. But yeah, I totally feel like in between these days, like before a game, like that's what I'm saying. Like, check your Twitter now. Like, did the button get pressed before they take the field today?
Yeah, you know, I'd have been blowing. My text would have been blowing up by now. But we safe for now. But
yeah,
be ready for change.
The rest of the league is Nelson Cruz,
Adam Frazier. This week you're gonna see names popping up all over.
It is time, bro.
Hey, Chris. Chris said, "Man, you got the Cubs. If you got the Cubs now, they're going to look like the 97 Cubs."
That's why I had to laugh at that. But I'm like, hey, man.
Hey, whatever.
Some prospects, they're going to take some on the chin. But, yeah, trust the process.
It's all about the future, man. Being able to, like you said, man, come back to do this thing again, maybe 2023.
Whew, if it's back by 2023, then anything they do right now is worth.
Thank you. And that's what I say. Fans got to take a step back. I know we always gonna have something to complain about.
This insanity, what's been going on?
Joe,
has to be something got to be different.
2016 is over. Addison Russell is gone. John Lester is gone. John Lackey is gone.
Yeah.
Dexter Fowler is gone.
I was watching John Lester get beat up over the weekend. They was letting loose on him over the weekend. He was on the mound, but yeah.
Yeah, it's about a wrap, man.
on that note, we got one more break we're going to jump into. When we come back, got some special news to share with the family members, man. We'll be right back on the soil. You're with the Bigs.
Yep.
WIIFTBP.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Everybody out there, what's going on? This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner Terrence Tomlin, aka T-Tom the Great, out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 3 p.m. What's in it for the Black People Media Network?
Day one. I like how that sound right there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of inspiration. It's like everybody got a goal. They're trying to reach or alive. They're trying to live, man. Keep bumps in the road. You got to keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? If it don't kill you, it make you strong. You know what I'm saying? My story right here. Yeah.
It takes a special kind of mind to grind and work from the bottom and climb up the ladder of success in time. It doesn't matter what the test is, every step is another level till I step in as the next in line, no question. I'm considered one of the best, my whole life invested in, holding mics and sketching rhymes, you guessed it. More mind, still restless, yes, even pressed up my records on my own dime. As many battles I blew breath in, and open mics I blessed. I'll never be labeled an overnight success, passing out CDs, doing shows for free, then dabbing Bo to E so that my soul could speak over these soulful beats that's so cold to me. Like the breeze in the shower, we be posted deep. All the prices that I paid, the sacrifices I made, it'll all come to life one day, someday. Just be patient, man. Bumps the road ain't nothing. Rotate, doesn't stop. Check it out. Look, I remember it like yesterday, trying to get my record played at a radio station where they play hits for days. Having a conversation with this lady I'm facing while she making a statement made for me. She said, look, it's too many words in your hook. You need to work on your look. For what it's worth, I never took her words personal. But at first I wasn't certain though if she knew my words are personal and not just verses and books until the curtain closes. This is my version of what I know, learning in first person till I blow, and still I know how it feels to know I'm the deal. Did you still feel like a deal is just right, or a deal just might still add to my appeal? But they won't know I'm real till I touch my first million, right? I'ma chill till my bars is felt and play my hand with the cards I'm dealt, and that's the plan till it's solved itself. Yeah, everything you want this world is yours. All you gotta do is claim it, man. Be patient, work hard, man. Make it. Yo, it's damn near impossible to shop music without lots of loot to maneuver and make moves with. So I stay in tune with my pursuit. Fuck trying to recoup, I'm trying to juke and move units. The truth is, I'm used to excuses dudes give, like you can do what I do, food and prove it. Walk in my shoes then. I'm used to goofy producers and cools that try to misuse you quick. Why you got it confused? If you think it's about groupie chicks and interviews in a mix, it ain't got goody, but I truly got the tools to overcome obstacles, including this music biz. I'ma shine like jewels, unlike these Rubik's Cube dudes with all this woo-woo-woo when they spit. Mick Luda is the future, so get used to this. It's day one, not a crew or clique. It's a new beginning.
I'm from the middle of the map. I get around, I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indy, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Same shit everywhere, saw it in the A out on Old Nat. Sucker free suckers can't take the heat, nah they gon' rap. Big dumb cats, big guns clap. Another brother dead, another mother son lack. I'm from the era where the niggas did scrap. Seen the same person shot with two different straps. You don't want this, now you don't want that. Tired of fuck shit, wanna take a nap. I'm a dog on these chicks, just a different cat. Must make at least a M to make an impact. Made just paint the Benz matte black. Fresh head to toe, never wore socks that didn't match. Cause I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Nigga, I get around, I've been there and back. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I get around, I've been there and back. Check, I'm from the middle of the map. I get around, I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indy, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Talking money, shit hit my jack. If it don't make sense, Shit, I can sense that. Blowing big loud, never the mid-pack. See you talk, that's just big cap. Nigga, I walk the walk with graduation hats. Fuck your opinion, nigga, in fact. You fuck my bitch, shit, I tip my hat. Now she dead to me, can't bring her back. Play the game, play the field, never been set. Bulls game flow seats just like my Benz mats. Blood to my lips, gun on my hip, her project pack. Act not my cup of tea, rather sip some yak, cause I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Look, I get around, I've been there and back. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. Look, I get around, I've been there and back. I'm from the middle of the map. We ride big Chevys, big Cadillacs. I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. We shaking up, don't give too much that. Nah, I'm from the middle of the map. Granny's moved up top.
You couldn't tell me, Gino, that this don't belong somewhere in rotational Chicago radio on a beautiful day like this.
Hey, man, I promise, Tony, me and my boy Terry, shout out to Hogan, because Big Smoke might just be back. So y'all keep an eye out for the Big Smoke, man.
Gino, you just made you see it. My ears, I'm like, what?
Hey, man, you a part of Big Smoke, man. Wouldn't be no Big Smoke without T-Tom. But, yeah, me and my partner, Terrence, the real Terrence Howard, Hogan,
exactly.
We promised Tony that he was going to get his piece of hip-hop, man. And I just want Tony to continue doing him, man. Continue to put out the fire. He just released his album, Martin X Garvey. So y'all hit the streaming sites and go download that. Give Tony his just due. He got a couple videos on YouTube getting thousands of plays right now. So we'll probably run some of those in the future. But make sure y'all tap in with my boy Tony Stanza. I see the people talking about the Mick Luda that played right before Tony, the Someday. It's definitely one of my favorite songs of all time, and it never gets old. So those are just not our, just not artists that we, mess with. Those are our friends and our family members that we've known for lots and lots of years. So they deserve their shot. But we got a few minutes left in today's show. And, man, we appreciate the family members. The love is much appreciated, and there would be no us without y'all. But we got a special announcement coming to you right now. T, take over.
Man, Gino, it's an honor, man. I always love days like this when we get to share with the people that we are growing. And that's exactly what's happening, man. Gino, you speak on it every time we get a chance to get in front of a microphone. It's about growing the platform and giving voices that deserve it the platform. This season, with the Chicago Bears, we've seen what's been going on with the team, Gino, from the kickbacks on Sundays.
The kickback.
Justin Fields is now a member of the Bears, and I feel like it's a whole new era. So with that new change going on with the Bears, I felt like it was only right that we make an addition to the team, our Justin Fields, a brother that I feel like is a man of the people. Is my favorite thing about him, man. Without further ado, please welcome the new member of the Bigs, Herb Howard.
What's happening, brothers?
Hey, man, I wish, we still working, man. We going, our $1 million deal is coming soon. Our $1 million is coming soon, and we'll be able to crown you with the Bigs chain like Dame did Kanye with the Rockefeller chain. But, man, just know that, man, it's a pleasure, brother. We talked about it for a minute. The Bigs, man, we stand strong on our principle of adding family members who are not just great in the field of media, because you are a true professional in that. I've seen you before I even got to personally know you. I saw everything you did behind the scenes, and I saw just how great of a professional you were. But most important to us is the character and the person. And I've gotten to know you over the last year and some change, and it's been a great relationship. I see what you and my cousin too do on a daily basis, and I just gotta say, man, it's a pleasure to bring you aboard, brother, and I know that you are just gonna flow seamlessly into what the bigs do. So welcome home, Joe.
100%, Herb. I can't do nothing but echo Gene's sentiments, G. Like I can't wait to go ahead and jump off the porch with you, bro. I know it's about to lead to nothing but special things. But Herb, bro, you know what I mean? Welcome to the squad officially.
Man, I appreciate y'all, brother, so much, man. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure to be joining the team. I've been a fan of y'all work for a long time. I've been respecting the work for a long time. Y'all put a lot of trophies on the wall, man. Y'all done put up a lot of points in this game, and y'all been pioneering it to deem me worthy of joining such a team as the Bigs Media is something I don't take lightly. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's an absolute honor and a pleasure, man. I'm looking forward to getting started. I'm looking forward to getting up to Hallett's Hall and getting around the Bears and reporting on them as only we can, man. Y'all say all the time it's us, man. And so I'm looking forward to getting there and representing the Bigs Media in the best way possible, man. It's going to be a great time. It's an absolute dream come true for me. I appreciate you all for giving me the opportunity. When we first kind of started talking about this thing months ago, I kind of had to, quell my excitement a little bit because it was just like it was almost overwhelming to even think about it. So I'm like, I just have to keep it in the back of my mind, like, no, let's not even let that get to the forefront until it becomes a reality. And for now, just ahead of the Bears opening their training camp for it to be a reality and to be joining such a prestigious team as the Bigs Media, like I said, man, it is an absolute honor and a pleasure. I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity.
Man, Joe, you already know what time it is, man. We're going to keep it realer than Skrilla over here. But I think the way T introduced it was the perfect way, man. You not trying to put you on a rookie scale, even though it's going to be your first time around. But you know how much love and how much excitement and how much Justin Fields got Chicago buzzing. So I feel like the way T introduced you is our Justin Fields, man. It's I think it was the perfect introduction for you, man. So I'm looking forward to you to make that splash, just like Justin Fields, which I think it'll probably be. I don't want Andy Dalton to go down with an injury, but I'm looking at Week 5 being
and you know how Gene just he's on point with those things, so we should probably get ready for Week 5.
Yeah, man, but it's not gonna take you till Week 5, man. It's training camp starts what, tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So
I think T is you know how dope T is, man. I think that's a great analogy. I think there's a lot of similarities in terms of the situation. I think no doubt I come in with some natural ability, a passion, for the game and for the role at hand. But I'm also coming in, inexperienced in many ways. So I'm looking forward to taking on that learning curve. I'm looking forward to, minimizing that learning curve as quick as possible, man. So I'm looking forward to getting down there, getting familiar, with the building, with these, getting familiar with the team, with the players, with the coaches, and just the process as a whole. And there's no doubt a learning curve that's going to come along with that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But I absolutely am confident in my abilities, as is a Justin Fields, who comes in with a lot of ability of his own, man. He just got to, get all the little things together. And I'm looking forward to getting those together and, again, being an asset to the Bigs Media.
Yes, sir. Herb, one thing I'm sure of is that this is the beginning of a run-up, man. Y'all got to get ready for what the Bigs are about to do. Please understand that we take this serious, man, and I cannot wait to have fun with my guys, man. Gino, Herb, our boy Joseph Lewis, John L. Alexander, Shakia Taylor. Man, we got a strong team over here, man, and I cannot wait for y'all to get whiff of what's going on this Bears season. I don't know what y'all going to love more. I don't know if y'all going to love Justin Fields or what we doing over with the coverage over at the Bigs more. So just get ready for the realest Bears coverage that you guys have ever seen. I was telling Herb that I don't know anybody else on the Bears beat like Herb.
At all.
It's an opportunity for us to stick our flag in the sand, bro. So I totally can't wait, Herb. Thank you, bro.
It's an absolute honor and a pleasure, man. I'm ready to get started, man. Let's go. It's us.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Congrats, Hollywood.
Yes, sir, DJ. So on that note, Herb, we don't want to keep you too long.
Appreciate you, my brother, man.
Yes, sir. Nah, man, we know you got a little business to handle over there, man. Go ahead and let our brother, too, know that it's all love, man. We can't wait till we all get together again.
Indeed. Hey, when is the trade deadline for baseball? I've heard y'all talking about who y'all think leaving the north side. All that sound on point. When is the deadline?
It's Friday.
Friday, man. So by Friday evening, I think the Cubs got a night game that day.
3:00. No, they play out Fridays,
day
games. Yeah. So and they, I think they'll be on the road Friday. I think they end a 4-game set with Cincinnati on Thursday. So they may play a night game because they are on the road Friday. So by 3:00 Friday afternoon, Herb, Chicago Cubs baseball may not look totally different, but change is coming, brother. So strap on your seatbelt.
All right, Herb, we're going to holler at you, bro.
Yep.
On that note, man,
is that on Indeed? Like I'm over here looking on Indeed. I type in the bigs and it's not pulling up. I was looking if y'all need like a secretary, accountant or something. I'm over here.
Let them know.
Not pulling up.
We definitely.
That's what's up, man. Growth is good. Just imagine they probably started it. It went from nothing, then it just y'all two, and I just heard y'all just name like 4 or 5 people. So, that's how it is. You start and then bring in y'all people. You look at Bron. Like Bron brought his agent in now. Put him through college.
Yes, sir.
Fired his. He said, as soon as you got it, boom, you fired his homie.
Yes, sir.
All his high school guys.
Man. Yeah. And then put his people on. That's what it's all about, putting your people on, man. I love it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. DJ, man, you ain't got to be looking at Indeed, man. We trying to find a spot for you as we talk, man.
Like, please understand,
your resume is you locking in with us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1, man. We know what type of asset you are, too, so don't even trip,
I'm
man.
ready for the kickoff, though. That's what I'm ready for. I get to be here a full season. I'm trying to come for Geno crown. I think the first episode, he got to wear the crown.
Yeah, bring my crown back, man.
Hey, DJ, just know we got a way of keeping people close to us, so don't even trip.
But yeah, man, on that note, it's another edition of On the Soil. We will be back here on Wednesday afternoon. Hopefully, like I said, not even hopefully, I'm putting it in the air. We will have our boy Kyle Hendricks, Poetry in Motion, the Cubs ace, and he's going to get his league-leading 13th win tonight against the Cincinnati Reds. So we will have Kyle Hendricks here on Wednesday. Maybe not in studio, but we'll have him on the soil. That's one of our guys. He said he looked forward to chopping it up with us. It's been a minute. He wishes he could do it in person on the field like we used to, but protocols are still intact, so we got to get it how we live. So be tuned in for that. But yeah, man, Wednesday we'll be back, and I'll be live from Wrigley Field tonight with Diamond Talk Live after the Cubs win Game 1 against the Cincinnati Reds. So with that being said, man, for myself,
bad.
No,
hey,
go
make
ahead.
Sure y'all tap in with Geno on the Cubs beat. I just gotta tell him, bro. You are the most wicked Cubs supporter on the beat.
Hey, you saw the tweet went up the other day?
Yes, absolutely, bro.
The Cubs retweeted it, and it went up the other day. I asked who was your first Cubs team that you remember. And the Cubs social media, they got like 3 million followers.
Come on.
So my phone just would not stop buzzing that night. I'm thinking it's the group chat. You know how off the hook they are. But I forgot I even tweeted that, and it was like Cubs.
Meanwhile, the world is going crazy. Yes.
Yeah, the Cubs fans were just blowing my inbox up. So I don't know how many mentions and impressions it got, but yeah, the Cubs retweeted me. So yeah, I just try to keep some flavor. It's not too much you can do, so I try to add some flavor here and there. But I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate everybody that taps in, taking a minute out of their afternoon, evening, and day to rock with Diamond Talk Live again. It would be none of that without y'all. So continue to tap in with me, man.
Definitely make sure you tap in with them after every Cubs game on Facebook or Twitter, whatever social media outlet you prefer. We'll make sure that we're there. Make sure you tap in with Diamond Talk Live tonight, Northside edition with Geno McIntosh. You know how he's coming. But like you said, Geno, on that note,
man, we out of here, man. For myself, for my player partner T-Tom, for our boy DJ Reese the Ruler holding us down behind the boards, doing all the hard work. We are the bigs. This is On the Soil. And, man, you know how we do, man. Show love, spread love, stay away from them haters. Please stay away from them haters. Make sure y'all circulate the dollar with your people, man. I know I've been telling y'all about this merch that's been coming, but you know how I go, man. We be hiccups every now and then, so we got to keep our heads down. But the merch is coming. I got the gems coming for y'all soon. I'm just waiting on another piece the growing everyday mastering self. Yeah, it's a brand, but it's a just a line that you can keep in your head, man. You got to grow every day, and you got to master yourself if you want to be a positive impact in your community, man. So continue to grow with yourself. But, man, most importantly, man, continue to keep it player, man.
Please.
I was on We Code Wednesday last week, man, with DJ, man. It was one of the most off-the-hook We Code Wednesdays that I've ever been a part of. And what I learned from We Code Wednesday, man, it's a lot of unplayer individuals running around rampant in these streets. And obviously DJ ain't one of them. But from his guests and some of the things that his guests
the type of fellow that they deal with.
Oh, man, the type of guys that this lady was dealing with last week is why I continue to preach at the end of every episode of On the Soil that it's
told
a lot
all they business.
Bro, it's so many.
All about their sex life.
It's so many unplayer individuals running around ramping out here. It's unbelievable, man.
It's just us here. I say that in the beginning of the show.
I was feeling. I loved every time she kind of balled up. You're like, oh, don't worry, it's just us.
Yeah,
just us, babe.
Yeah, you can open up to us.
Yeah, and then I
and
did
then she
this.
did.
And yeah, he did this, and he sent me this, and he don't even ask for this. He just want this. He sent me money for this.
And I did this, and this is the truth. Yeah, we cool. DJ, like I'm gonna keep telling you. You the Black Howard Stern, bro.
DJ
Own it.
DJ is off the hook. That's all I can say. And Big Bro, Big Bro.
Big Bro is like, did you watch Private Parts yet, DJ? You may have to bring Bro on to the team, and he can be like your Robin, straight up.
Okay. Definitely for sure.
One thing I know about Bro is that he's not going to slow the party up. Trust me. The party is going to get turned up.
He said, I want to be the boy, dog. He coming in for free. He bringing in a trash man. Man, we don't got no janitor there. He said, oh, man, I come on
Devin
Wednesday.
said he'd be the trash man.
I come on Wednesday.
Yo, I feel like Brandon Tomlin, bro, you know what it is. And We Code Wednesdays, it may be heaven sent. That's all I'm saying.
And it may be we working on a live show right now. And I think that's going to be too crazy stuff. So we,
yes.
So like big things,
Love to hear it, bro.
Tap into We Code Wednesday every Wednesday, 8:30 to 9:30. I think y'all off this week, right, DJ?
Yeah, come back the first Wednesday in
August. Okay. So, yeah, man, on that note, like I said, it's a lot of unplayer individuals running around ramping out here. Y'all making the brothers look bad, but it's up to guys like me, DJ, T, Herb, 2, and all the other players that, keep it player, man. So, in the words of the late, great poet laureate, Chad Butler, known to most of y'all from the legendary group UGK, his name is Pimp C.
That's the pimp.
Hey, man.
Get off the boo-boo.
We out, man. Peace.
Get this dust if you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me.